This is Radio Nova. Now, locals only with Carol Dooley.
Well, hello, good evening, and welcome once again to Sunday Nights on Radio Nova. As always, we kick it off with locals only. I'm Carol Dooley. The next hour where we showcase only local, upcoming, and totally Irish talent. We've got quite a packed show tonight, actually. We've got Rezlow. Well, we've got one of the members of the band Rezlow coming in. They describe their sound as melodic, acoustic, and alternative rock. He is, I guess, representing his band. It's just him on his own tonight. Terry Sutton, who is the singer with a band called Rezlow. Five-piece band, have been together about 4 years, and in those 4 years, they've packed quite a bit in. They got a new single out as well, and we will play that for you. It's called 7 Days next, and then I'll introduce you to Terry. Gotta say, I like that. That is the new single from a band called Rezlow, 7 Days, and I am delighted to welcome the lead singer, Terry Sutton, who's from Howth, now living in Chicago. Yeah.
Via Waterford, Killarney, Galway, Belfast. Kind of been around a bit.
Home is where you lay your hat. That is.
As Paul, what's his name? Paul.
I was going to say Paul Weller, but it's not Paul Weller. It's the other Paul.
Paul.
Yeah. Wherever I lay my hat, that's my home. Yeah, exactly. I can't remember his second name now, but we both know who we're talking about. Terry Sutton from Rezlow, thanks for coming in. Good to have you here.
Thanks for having us in.
All right, and there's 5 of you all together.
There is.
And as I mentioned just after the start of the show this evening, you've been together for about 4 years. 4 years. Yeah. And you've done a lot. I mean, you do a lot of gigging, don't you? And
we do.
And you share the stage with some cool people as well.
We've hung out with a few cool kids, all right. Yeah. It's been good, and the whole thing was, the gigging thing is fantastic and we love it, but you need to have something at the end of the day. You know, when you finish your gig, so many times people come up going, have you got a CD? Have you got a single? Have you got this? Have you got that? I'm like, no, we don't. So the lads locked themselves into a shed, and we just got together and decided, let's make a record, finish it, produce it, master it, almost thinking like a record company would. What would a record company do with you? Put you in the studio, make you make the record, and then you promote that. Because gigging around and around without nothing, at a certain point, you have to stop and kind of go, right, we could have sold 20 CDs last night, could have sold 30 the night before. So you just have to, at some point, stop, go, right, get the music done, get the album done. Because it's a great crack playing gigs. It's deadly. You love it. You know, even if you drive 4 or 5 hours to the gig, lug the gear in, lug the gear out, you're having great crack. But then you wake up the next morning and go, okay, so who's going to remember that? Yeah,
there was an opportunity there that we probably missed. Yeah,
unless they go home with something. Because I've done it myself, where I've been to a gig and I've heard a person sing 3 songs and I bought their album because it was just brilliant. So we kind of locked ourselves into a shed. Well, it wasn't a shed. It was a very posh shed. It was a nice, very fancy sitting room down in Tralee.
And is the single, the one that we just played there, 7 Days, is that fairly typical of the sound of the whole album, would you say?
No.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't. There's a couple of tracks, yes. I would say maybe half the record has that kind of vibe on it. But there's a couple of off-centre tunes, which, you know, there's a very nice piano piece that's on it, and there's an acoustic thing, and then there's another little diversion. So it's not straightforward, all that. It's quite eclectic, if that sounds not too poncy.
Well, you're going to do something live for us now, aren't you?
I am, yeah.
I mean, is this off the album, what you're going to do?
Yes, I'm going to do an acoustic version of the next single.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to try anyway.
All right, which is called?
It's called Face Down.
This is Radio Nova, Locals Only. I'm Carol Dooley, and that is Terry Sutton, lead singer with the band Rezlow, with Face Down, which is their second single. Which is coming out sometime
next 3 or 4 weeks on iTunes and Amazon and SuperValue and Centra and all those places.
Okay, cool. Now, you're not doing much gigging at the moment because you're concentrating on your album, but I would suspect strongly that as soon as the album's ready, you're going to have a launch gig. And then
we'll be in your kitchen.
Yeah, because you've been doing a lot of stuff, you guys. And, you know, as I said earlier on, you've shared the stage with some cool people, Eamon Wainley and Paddy Casey and David
the boys,
and
all the cool
stuff.
kids.
So so you're doing all right. So I would imagine, therefore, that, you know, it's okay for you to take the time out to the album, that when you're ready to get back into it, you'll still have those contacts there.
Absolutely. You know, like, we know a lot of people, we've done a lot of music with a lot of people, and it's one great thing about this island. It's such a small place, but it's just jam-packed. Like, I was only at, just to mention it, you know, the Barrettstown people, they've got a great place out in Wicklow. I was at that gig on Friday night, and it was just amazing. You know, something happens. Emotional Fish haven't played in 15 years. They played.
Yeah,
Sinead O'Connor came out. She was amazing.
I heard that she was absolutely
it was just
phenomenal. She did a killer.
it was ridiculous.
Yeah,
you know,
I heard it was killer.
You know, you see those bands that okay, that scene is kind of gone and people have moved on and everybody's doing their own thing, but it just kind of reminded me that if there had been an amazing infrastructure like we do have in other parts of the world, maybe those bands would have been a lot bigger because, listen to The Parachute or Celebrate.
Great songs.
Just legends.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I missed that on that was.
But it was a very good night. And so anybody who's listening, all you Rezlow people, barrettstown.com, go on there and give them a few quid because it's bloody well worth it.
All right. This is Radio Nova, Locals Only. I'm Carol Dooley, Terry Sutton from Rezlow. Terry, thanks for coming in tonight. Pleasure to have you on with us.
Thank you so much for having us in, Carol.
Well, all the very best. The new single called 7 Days is out now. You can find out more about the band by checking them out at their website, rezlow.com. And let us know when the album's out.
We will indeed. We'll be in touch. Thanks very much.
This is Radio Nova. Now, locals only with Carol Dooley.